Hi there, you plum propagating profiteers. It's Stevie here from Mediculture. We're moving into the moon in Scorpio. It's the 6th of January 2024, and I just want to show you what we're up to in the gardens today. We are in the propagation space, and I want to show you a little bit about what we're doing to improve our propagating at Coid. So what the gist of it is we've got this bench up. You'll see it's a long bench going from one end of the tunnel all the way to the other, and we actually got it's this metal solid frame. We picked it up for free, and we just suspended these wooden boards. These came with it. This was an actual horticultural propagation bench. You could fabricate something like that. The key thing is underneath the whole thing we've got some membrane to stop any weeds growing up. It's really important to try and stop places where the slugs will hide, and to keep the space underneath relatively dry. We're currently storing all our pots. Got a lot of modules. These are what we're going to be starting off our little annuals. We might use these for bigger seeds, bigger pots for chilies, maybe some things growing in pots. Anyway, general storage space underneath. We've got some paving stones. That really helps just to kind of keep the space dry, and it actually, believe it or not, on a sunny day like today, these stones soak up the sunshine and actually keep the space warmer overnight. They act as a thermal mass for the tunnel. But the heart of this is really how we set this up. Now, there's no rules. There's, loads of different ways that people do this. This is just the way I have come to do my own seedlings, because I've found that if I do it this way, I don't need to water them as much, and that also saves me time, but it takes a bit longer to set it up. So the gist of it is you want roughly spirit level, doesn't have to be 100%, but pretty flat, and then you, around the edge of your table, you want to put a lip 1 inch, something like that. Doesn't want to be less than a centimetre. A lip, just screw on some batten, and then get some damp proof plastic, or at least solid enough plastic that you can hold the water off from the wood, because the wood will rot if it gets wet. Staple that on. Don't do it too tight, because the wood wants to, sorry, not the wood, the plastic wants to fit in like that. So you're basically creating a little trough. And then we've invested, it's not cheap, this is called capillary matting, and I got it off LBS, big long roll of it. But if you look after it, it'll last. Now, what we used to do is just put the capillary matting straight onto the damp proof, and this will allow plants to soak up moisture. So this will basically become wet, and plants will wick up the water from this if they've not been watered, and there's still some residual water, as long as the pots and the modules are in good contact with this. Now, just a few months ago, I was over at the biodynamic place, Plor Hatch, and they had actually put the Mypex on top of the capillary matting, because what happens is when the plants get very rooted into the capillary matting, they're quite difficult to remove. They can, like, when you pull them off, the roots are all entangled in here, and you can start to damage this. And because this is an expensive bit of material, you want to try and look after it. So with this year we're trialing 3 layers. So we've basically got the plastic to stop water falling through, the capillary matting as like a reservoir of water, and then this over the top, which will give a finished surface of something looking just like this. And the beauty of this is that it feels like spongy underneath. Plants will be able to get their water through it, but when you pull it off, the roots won't tear the capillary matting. So that's the gist of it. Not much more to say. This system will continue to evolve. The tunnel, the plastic's going to need redoing at some point. The doors, it's important to keep the doors as draft free as possible. That's important. So I'll have to, one of the little tricks that I'll be doing is getting some bicycle inner tube and stapling it around the edges, just to kind of stop the drafts and then this will be like a focus for the next few months when we'll start our seedlings off any time from now all the way through until like May or June, and then we kind of slow down with the sowings, and most of the sowings from May onwards are going to be more like direct sowings. So I think that's pretty much it. Feel free to comment, ask any questions in the video. Yeah, I'll say goodbye for now. Have a happy, healthy propagation space free of slugs. Bye for now.